Damage taken. I'm surprised that was EX. We kind of got wrecked there. The image overlaps a memory from the ancient past. A great destroyer felled by a godly sword. Though no story has ever recorded that strike, it echoes back now from the long stretching shadows of time. Just as it did then, that strike saves the world. It protects all lives, all humanity. And at that same time, it marks the end of her. Altera! She begins to crumble. Her digital form, her body, mind, and soul will fall apart. Everything she is, it all breaks and falls away, destroyed, decomposing into raw materials as it rains down around us. Not as an avalanche, but as a flood of tears. Her tears overflowing without end. The pin sword.
時間が始まった。思ったよりも早いものだ。そうか。やってみればこんなにも簡単だったのか。自分で自分を止めることができるなんて、もっと早くに試せばよかった。
As the rain of tears drenched us both, she looks at me. Her crimson-colored eyes glitter like gems and burn like the stars. Kind eyes, beautiful eyes. I remember how I felt when we first met. And in those same eyes, I see that same wish again. The wish of a goddess to leave something good behind. I try to say something, but nothing comes out. My heart, throat, lips, tongue, everything, frozen in me. I have to say something, but I can't. So at the very least, I'll look back at her, back into her eyes, and I'll listen.
お前との日々は実のところ
That's such a good picture of Altera, by the way.
楽しかった。コードキャストの一つも使ってくれずに、ただ指輪に収めているだけの頃からな。誰かと共にある、誰かと寄り添うというのは実によかった。千と数百年前の地上にいた頃のと言っても実感はないが、アッティラとして剣を振るった時にも、私を大王と報じるものはあっても、私に寄り添おうという卑怯なものはなかった。だがお前は違ったな。なんだかんだと言いながらも寄り添ってここまで共にいてくれた。きっと今の戦いに敗北していたとしても、お前最後まで私に寄り添ってくれただろう。
Of course. Maybe she knows I can't speak. Everything she's saying, she's already understands the answer. Even if we lost to the White Titan, crushed as we might have been, I'd have stayed. I wouldn't panic or run. I would always, always be by her side, no matter what.
よかった。ああ、いいな。こんな答え合わせは好きだ。だがな、 楽しいばかりでもなかったぞ。楽しかったが、それ以上に怖くもあった。正直なところ、私はひどく臆病者なんだ。きっと誰よりも臆病だ。お前にだな言うぞ。言おう。ああ、言ってしまおう。私はお前に嫌われたくなかったんだ。
Hate you? Me? How can I hate you?
愛想のない冷たい態度が原因で嫌われたらどうしようと私は怖かった。毎日が気が気じゃなかった。石室や檻、料理、巨体が原因で嫌われたらどうしようと私は怖かった。気を抜くとすぐに泣いてしまいそうだった。嫌われたくなかった。それに別れる日が来るのも嫌だった。そうだ。やはり一言で表現するなら怖かった。私は怖かった。毎日、いいや、1時間ごと、1秒ごとに恐ろしくて仕方なかった。いつこの夢が覚めてしまうのか。
She always says that, or said that on the battlefield. When will I awaken from this dream? I thought she meant the dream was boring or unpleasant, but I was wrong. She thought our time together was like a good dream, too good to be true, ready to end at any moment. How could this be? Sure, she could have said everything sooner, but I should have noticed it first. If only I had noticed. I could have told her she didn't have to worry. I could have made the little time she had that much happier. Maybe she wouldn't have believed me, but I could have done something.
そんな顔をするな。いいんだ。もう終わった話だぞ。これで夢は終わり。何も悲しくもないし、失っていない。だって、すべては幻の借り物の夢だったのだから。
No, that you're wrong about, Altera. This dream wasn't borrowed.
なんだ、突然話したと思ったら、そんなに悲しい顔をして、最後なんだ。どうせならお前も、もっと。
No, let me say this. Illusions, borrowed dreams, that's absolutely wrong. And this is coming from someone on borrowed time. I don't have a mind or a soul. The person you knew here is a walking accident. And before too long, my original self is going to override me one way or another. But I'm still real. No matter how long I last, my heart has always been beating this whole time. And that's the truth. And that's how I know you're wrong. Even if I'm an illusion, or if my life is borrowed, or if I'm going to disappear. Like these tears all around us. This dream of ours is real. It all comes from those precious memories we both experienced. Even now, while you're holding back those tears. We both know you and I had a wish together, and no one could ever deny it.
すぐに消えるとしても、それは本物の願いだと。
Yes, what goes away still has meaning, Altera. God, you're beautiful. And that's why it's so important to believe in what you feel. We talked together, we laughed together, we trusted each other. All of that was real, and it wasn't because I happened to be some random fluke of a person. No matter who I was, no matter how we met, I still would have liked you.
そうか。そうだな。私、お前に寄り添って、お前と戦って。世界の誰に見せてもいいほどの夢だ。一目惚れだったんだ。そんな相手と過ごせた日々は最高の夢だろう。あ、言ってしまったな。つい口から出たぞ。そうだ。ああ、一目惚れだとも。巨大な私をありのままの怪物として接して、人間として見るのではなく、ありのままにごまかさずに扱ってくれたお前に。 り虜になってしまった。白状するが、初めから虜だったのは私の。
Altera gets 3 stilled image.
本当にいい夢だった。これが本物の夢なら何も言うことはない。もう少しでもこうしていたいけれど、もう旅はここで終わり。今まで暗い夜を待ち続けたけど、それに足るぐらい輝かしいものを見ました。私を私のまま受け止めてくれてありがとう。さようなら、私のマスター。夜が
Alright. Goodbye, Altera. Take a rest from your journey, for now. The Regalia, the oldest, most powerful artifact in the solar system. The only one of its kind. When I put it on, it feels like everything becomes one. If I keep it on much longer, the mind and soul will fuse with this body, and the Hakuno I know myself to be will blow away like powdered snow. So I have to hurry. My time is almost here. The moment I split, this body's fate was sealed. But Altera is different. Her ending can still change. I push all my remaining intellect to its limits. Even as my spiritrons divide and recombine, even as my awareness starts to waver, I focus as hard as I can. Hurry. Hurry. I just need to gather enough information. About what? About Archimedes' final words. He said he could slide into a different route. That had to mean something. Evil as he is, he wouldn't just spout nonsense. He believes in his convictions and in himself. He'd never say anything probably wrong. So there must be more to it. Through the Regalia, I access the moon cell amongst the sea of near infinite information. I search and search. Exabytes of information fly through me in a blink of an eye. Slide. There it is. That's what he said. There's too much information flowing in, and I can barely think as it is. If I were an elite mage, I would be able to comprehend it all in a second, but I'm not. And I don't have time to spare. That's why I have to comprehend it now, even if I only get the gist of it. I try to use the Regalia to organize and simplify what I'm reading. But that way, even I can understand. Sliding, the act of self-transportation into a parallel world. That's right, we're isekaiing. Not really. Other possible worlds exist, some with tiny differences, others unrecognizable, and there's a way to move between them. Now that I think about it, it sounds almost like a story I seem to recall from somewhere. In the physical world, sliding is impossible, but this body of mine isn't physical, and the moon cell is specifically calibrated for quantum calculations. And Seraph itself draws inspiration from the real world. Not just this real world, but other possible worlds too. It operates on the principle that World A and World B can share values. Related to that, parallel worlds apparently have lifespans and limits. Even the moon cell can't calculate an infinite number of possible worlds forever. So if you collate all the possibles or possibilities and arrange them, or in an arrangement, will look like branches steaming from a main central trunk. And then there's this quantum time lock process, which effectively acts as a save point, stops new branches before they start, and sets that world down one single path. Which means that before a quantum time lock goes off, there are other possibilities. And according to the Regalia, for as long as those possibilities are open, it's not impossible to slide between them. Right now, this world is between quantum time locks. The last one took place about a month ago, when Archimedes said, I first entered the Zero Dark. I could probably slide into another world with a different ending this very second. But no, that might not work. Altera's self-destruction was the result of a long chain of events, and the last quantum time lock took place after those events began. No matter where I go, she's probably already gone in every other world by now. So sliding into a different present wouldn't help. Can I slide into a different past? Sliding into another world's present is apparently pretty easy, once you know how, which I now do, but sliding into another world's past is something else entirely. It puts an intense stress on the digital information that makes up what's left of me. Basically, I don't think I'd get there intact. It's like the difference between trying to swim across the major river and trying to swim upstream in it. The moon cell's pseudo-spiritrons weren't exactly designed for time travel after all. In other words, I'll die. This body will be crushed. I'd love to dash in bravely, save my past self from being fooled by Archimedes, reveal his true intentions, and sweep Altera off her feet. But I can't. Even so, maybe I can send a message. Maybe my body can't make it, but I bet my memories can. If the moon cell has collected and stored all my memories up until now, then I should be able to deliver them. The Regalia tells me that it's doable, and that it's the best I can hope to do, and that it just might set off a new chain of events. A few seconds it took me to research that plan felt like an eternity in hindsight, but now I have a goal, and a plan, and no time for second thoughts. Biting down on my last regrets, I activate the Regalia. I, Hakuno, hereby make my final statement. I had a choice in those few seconds, research how to save her, or research how to save myself. I made the right decision. No, looking back, I came here to do one thing. Save the girl who saved the world. I refuse to accept this ending. And I have no fear of what comes next, because I am no longer empty. Where there used to be a hollow doubt, there's now only resolve. My destination is, yes, the past parallel world that Archimedes ran off to. The time will be right after the previous quantum time lock, the moment when the Regalia was split into 3. I'll send this body's memories to Hakuno, who inhabits that world. I can't send every memory, but just a fragment may be enough. No matter which world it is, I'm still Hakuno. Armed with my memories, I'm sure she can make all the difference. That's right, boys and girls. Time travel. It's still too early to say goodbye, Altera. I'm still dreaming of your future. You, who saved the world and disappeared, leaving only your smile behind. The journey's not over, at last. Or at least, yours isn't. You still have your dream, where you run in those fields. I won't let anyone hurt you ever again. And thus, we finished Altera's arc. Holy crap, that was a long recording session, and I'm late by 30 minutes. So, to record Clover. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, there's Altera's. As you can see, hers was definitely the longest. Her fights are short, but she has more story chunks. A lot of story chunks, but hers is really good. It also really made me like Altera as a character. A lot. Although this game does that for pretty much any character. But it's real good, so we'll kind of let the credits here play out. But hopefully everyone enjoyed Altera's arc. It's still not the end, as that clearly was just demonstrated just there. Timers are going out. You can see this one actually stops just a little bit before Nero's ending does, technically. Kamamo still goes on though. But there is still one more path that we can take. So, and that path is the one we will take. But, as you can see, it's lighting up there. That won't be until next week. Which will be, I'm pretty sure, like next month almost. Because of, reasons. So, that's going to do it for this week. I appreciate every one of you guys watching. And I'll catch you guys next time.